Blaine's voice was cold as he informed Sofia they needed to talk. "Blaine, what do you want to talk about?" she asked, trying to hide her anxiety. "I want to talk about what happened at the picnic, inviting the Fuller sisters, drugging and cornering me in the trap, stabbing Zoey's hand with a brooch so she'd be blamed for your fall and thrown in jail. Sounds familiar, Sofia?" "Are you sure Zoey didn't plot these things?" Sofia yelled at his back, unwilling to give up. Blaine looked back at Sofia calmly. "There's not a doubt in my mind that she had nothing to do with this, because a woman as proud as Zoey would never betray her soul for a man." Sofia took in a deep breath. "Blaine, if you really love Zoey that much, I can ask your mother to break off our engagement. You know, I'm not that kind of person." Blaine looked at Sofia's gentle smile, and the color in his eyes deepened. All he said was, "Rest well." "Sofia!" At that moment, Ziva walked in and immediately saw Blaine, who was about to leave, and said, "Dr. Dexter, hello!" She greeted him as her eyes lit up. Blaine didn't bother to answer her. "You guys go ahead and chat. I'll be leaving now." "Blaine!" Sofia called out to him again. "Would you mind taking Ziva home? She has a stack of fashion magazines she wants to lend me to pass the time. You can bring them back to me when you return to the hospital." "There's still half an hour before I get off work. I'll come to find you when I'm done." Blaine looked at Ziva as he said this. Then he turned around and walked out of the room. A half hour later, Blaine left with Ziva to drive her home. Along the way, Blaine remained silent. He only focused on driving, but Ziva hadn't stopped talking since they'd met up. After all, being alone with Blaine was too good an opportunity to pass up. Seeing that they were almost home, Ziva became a little anxious. Just as Ziva was getting anxious, surprisingly, it was Blaine who asked her a question. "Is one of your family members sick?" His sudden question stunned Ziva for a moment. She nodded hesitantly. "It's my..." Ziva was interrupted by her ringing phone. She apologetically smiled and said, "Just a minute, let me take this call." "Ziva, are you going to be home soon?" Zoey asked her over the phone. "I'm almost there. See you in a minute, sis." Ziva hung up the phone and turned around to look at Blaine. "Dr. Dexter, do you want to come over to our place for dinner? It's time for dinner, isn't it?" Blaine already knew this, of course. Zoey's excellent culinary skills tempted him. Ziva was shocked when Blaine simply said, "All right." When Blaine walked in her front door, Zoey froze in shock. Blaine was dressed casually in a sweater and dark jeans, but his tall, refined presence seemed to clash with his simple surroundings. "Good evening, Mrs. Fuller." "Ziva, who is your guest? Come in and have a seat." "Mom, this is Dr. Blaine Dexter. Dr. Dexter, this is my mother, Gloria Fuller." Ziva happily introduced them. "Mom?" Seeing Gloria staring at Blaine in a daze, Ziva couldn't help but laugh. "Mom, don't stare at him, it's so rude." Gloria came back to her senses. She smiled with some uneasiness as she nodded in agreement. Yes, sorry. Come, let's sit down. Dr. Dexter, right?" Gloria called Blaine into the dining room. Zoey followed silently. "Please, call me Blaine," he told her politely. The four of them took their places at the dining room table. Zoey sat silently eating while Ziva kept up a constant stream of chatter. "Dr. Dexter, have you tried a bite of the lasagna yet? My sister makes it from scratch. It's really delicious." Gloria looked at Blaine across the table. "Tell me about yourself, Dr. Dexter. What is your family background?" "Mom?" Ziva pushed her mother's arm. "What are you doing? You sound like you're interrogating him." This time, Gloria ignored Ziva. With a stern face, she pushed Ziva's hand away unhappily and scolded. "What harm is there in asking the man about his family?" "My father is a government official," Blaine diplomatically replied. "A government official? Mom, his father is Senator Michael Dexter of Arizona," Ziva quickly elaborated. "Dr. Dexter, no need to be so modest." Gloria stiffened when she heard Ziva's words. "Your father is Senator Dexter? Dr. Dexter is indeed from an influential and wealthy family. I'm surprised to find you at our humble table." Blaine didn't expect Gloria to say such a thing. He frowned as he glanced at Zoey, who was sitting beside him. Ziva's face immediately changed. Dr. Dexter isn't the kind of person who cares if people are rich or poor. If he was, he wouldn't have come home to eat with me today. Gloria seemed to be angry, and her voice rose a few decibels. Don't mind me. I can be such a straightforward person. From now on, you don't have to interact with my Ziva anymore. Our family situation is clearly not compatible with yours. Mom! Ziva threw down her napkin as her eyes turned red. How can you say such a thing? I finally managed to get on better terms with Dr. Dexter, and you're already pulling me back. How can you do this to me? Ziva's eyes teared up after she shouted. After she finished speaking, she rushed into her room while crying. The already tattered door was now making creaking sounds as it was thrown shut by her. Mom, I'll go check on her. Zoey was about to leave when she was stopped by Gloria. Sit down. Gloria slapped the table with her hand. Zoe's eyes widened in surprise. Mrs. Fuller, thank you for dinner. Sorry to have bothered you this evening. Blaine was shocked by Gloria's actions. It's not worth it to hurt the relationship between you and your daughter over me. I'm leaving. I'll just walk myself out. Blaine looked at Gloria and frowned. Obviously, coming here tonight had been a mistake, but not for any reason he might have expected. Zoey escorted Blaine outside to his car. Does your mother discriminate against all rich people or just the ones with political connections? Blaine couldn't help but ask Zoey. Zoey was confused by her mother's reaction. She shook her head and said, No, I've never seen her act this way before. I honestly don't know what's gotten into her tonight. Go inside. Blaine gestured toward her house. Zoey nodded and looked at him, her blue eyes soft with unspoken emotion. Before she habitually reminded him, Drive carefully on the road. I will. A faint glimmer appeared in Blaine's eyes. It was clearly a hint of happiness. Bye. Zoey waved her hand at him, a faint unwillingness to part in her eyes. She turned and headed inside.
Hi, Zoey here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Rekindled Heartache now.